The Texas law that bans most abortions after 6 weeks will stand after the U.S. Supreme Court declined to block it. And this move drawing swift reaction in our state and nationwide.
Q13's Brandi Kruse here joins us, and this is actually going to be the most restrictive law to go into effect since Roe v. Wade made abortion legal back in 1973.
Yeah, it is essentially a ban on abortion. I mean, technically, I guess you could get an abortion before 6 weeks, but before that period, most women don't know that they're pregnant yet. And so really it serves as a ban on abortion in the state of Texas. Getting some reaction from local leaders. Governor Jay Inslee put out a statement on this saying, now that the Supreme Court has allowed Texas's extreme anti-abortion law to stand, it won't be long until many Republican-controlled legislatures in other states use it as a template to deepen disparities in abortion access between states. Now, one of the things that the governor rightly pointed out is that this type of law is not going to become something in Washington state. I mean, we have Democratic control. That's just not realistic. The governor acknowledging that, although he's, worried about other states that do have Republican control. And it was interesting, Dan, Mike Kreidler, who's the Washington State Insurance Commissioner, he put out a statement on this, drawing what has been a controversial comparison, but also suggesting that this could become reality here. I want to read part of the insurance commissioner's statement to you. He wrote, Texas Republicans have become America's own version of the Taliban. Once again, Republicans are showing how little they care for women's rights and health. I will do everything in my power to make sure this Taliban-like move by Texas never finds a place in the state of Washington. We did reach out to the commissioner's office requesting an interview on the comparison he used and also the suggestion that there would be in some realm of possibility a law like that here. They declined our interview request, saying the statement speaks for itself. In the meantime, I want to just catch you up on exactly what this Texas law does. You've got a firm grasp of it this morning. So let me take a look at this here. The law bans abortion once a fetal heartbeat is detected. As I mentioned before, that's typically around the 6-week mark in a pregnancy. So for most women, they would not know they were pregnant when they reach this point where they can't get an abortion any longer. There are no exemptions in this law in Texas for cases of rape and incest. And also, and this is the key part of this law, and it's what really, I think, Texas crafted it to be able to get around legal challenges. This isn't the government enforcing this. Essentially, private citizens could sue abortion providers or anyone that, quote, aids and abets in an abortion. And so essentially, for an abortion clinic, they wouldn't be performing abortions after the point of a fetal heartbeat, because then they could turn around and be sued by really anyone in the state of Texas for doing that. So that is what really makes this an abortion ban. I want to note, the president didn't address this in his remarks, although he did say in a statement earlier that the White House is looking at sort of legal avenues here. Meanwhile, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying that she is going to take action to codify Roe v. Wade, saying the court's cowardly decision to uphold a flagrantly unconstitutional assault on women's rights and health is staggering. The House will bring up the Congresswoman Judy Chow's Women's Health Protection Act to enshrine into law reproductive health care for all women across America. So that's what Nancy Pelosi and the House plan to do. Meanwhile, we know the White House is looking into it, although Biden did not speak about it. He was focused on Ida and the aftermath of that. But again, just to be clear, because, I think it's understandable that in a Democratic state we'd have elected leaders commenting on this bill in Texas, but the suggestion from the insurance commissioner that there's any realm of possibility that a law like that would go into effect here, that's fear-mongering. That's never going to happen.
This was a 5-4 Supreme Court vote, and the Chief Justice, John Roberts, joining the 3 liberals on the court in opposing that one.
Yeah, and I will note really quickly, this wasn't a ruling on the constitutionality of the law in Texas. This was basically the Supreme Court saying we're going to let it be for now. So there could be other challenges to Senate Bill 8 out of Texas that could arise later on.